We're going to talk about compound inequalities. Compound inequalities, when written in English, usually include the word and, or they include the word or, and they refer to two different kinds of compound inequalities. One way that we can represent and is with an interval. So usually we say something like x is bigger than 6 and x is smaller than or equal to 10. That describes an interval on the number line. And if I graph this, I'm just going to arbitrarily put my 0 there, and I'm going to arbitrarily put my 6 there, and I'm going to arbitrarily put my 10 there instead of drawing my whole scale. This says that I'm looking for numbers that are bigger than 6 and at the same time they're smaller than or equal to 10. Well, that fits in this space in the number line. They have to be smaller than or equal to 10, and at the same time they have to be bigger than 6, which creates an interval for us. The numbers that meet both of these conditions, and in and they need to meet both conditions. The numbers that meet both conditions live in this area on the number line. And with and compound inequalities, we can write them as one inequality. So I'm looking for numbers that are smaller than or equal to 10 and at the same time bigger than 6. So here's an example of a compound inequality joined by the word and. The second type of compound inequality we like to look at are or. And or statements are different. They won't describe an interval. They'll describe different directions on the number line. So here might be an example of an or. X is greater than or equal to 10, or x is less than 6. Well, in this case, I can't find, or there exist no numbers that meet both of these conditions. I can find numbers that meet one condition or the other, but not both. So in an and, we're looking for something that meets both conditions. In an or, we're looking for something that meets either condition. So numbers that are bigger than or equal to 10, let's identify our 0. And let's say here's our 6 again, and here's our 10 without putting in the whole scale. Numbers that are bigger than or equal to 10, well, again, I would use a closed circle, and all the numbers that are larger than or equal to 10 exist out this way on the number line. Or I'm looking for numbers that are smaller than 6. Well, here's my 6. All the numbers that are smaller than 6 lie this direction on the number line. So an or doesn't describe an interval. It doesn't describe a closed interval. It describes this interval that goes opposite directions on the number line. And my and will describe a closed interval on the number line. So